Ford High School Weekly is brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Oklahoma. And by Rib Crib, smoking good stuff since '92.
Welcome to Ford High School Weekly. I'm your host, Deanna Mate. On this week's episode, my guest is Booker T. Washington wide receiver and cornerback Micah Tease. He's one of the top recruits in the state of Oklahoma. Micah has a lot of speed, a lot of college options, and a lot of goals that go beyond football. Micah, how's it going?
Hey, man, it's going pretty good, man. How you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. So how's the summer been going so far?
Man, so far so good. I just completed my first little visit to Texas A&M. We just started summer workouts today, but it's going pretty good.
All right, we'll get into all that football and recruiting stuff here in a little bit. Before, let's let the viewers get to know you as a person off the field. So first and foremost, I mean, I know everybody who's playing sports has to fuel up, loves to eat. So what's your favorite meal in the kitchen?
Favorite meal in the kitchen? I probably have to say shrimp fettuccine.
Shrimp fettuccine. What's up with the shrimp? You a seafood guy?
I love seafood. Seafood is my go-to.
All right. Here's a question that I've been meaning to ask you. You're probably the smart guy to ask. All right, pizza. What's your topping to go with?
Meat lovers. So what? Sausage, bacon, Canadian bacon, pepperoni. Meat lovers, easily.
Yeah. Okay. Me too. So here's the question. Here's the kicker. Does pineapple go on pizza?
No.
No? Why not?
It's a fruit. No, I don't want any type of fruit on a pizza and then like at that warmed up. Like, no. Fruit should be either eaten like what, room temperature or cold.
All right, I can dig it. I'm don't knock it until you try it though, man. I'm a fan of it.
Not my flavor.
I feel you. All right, so when you're chilling with your friends and hanging out, so what are you guys doing here recently?
I got a wide variety of friends. Some friends I go fishing with, bowling, golfing. Some like at flying tee, not like on a playing field, more like a golfing tee. We playing the game. Really, that's about it.
So you mentioned fishing. What do you like about fishing?
I picked it up during quarantine. It was just kind of like a therapy type hobby. Whenever I have like a lot on my mind, something I need, just get something off my chest, I just go fishing.
So who introduced you to fishing?
It was actually my grandpa. Grandpa, he introduced me to it.
Y'all got a secret spot y'all like to go to, or is it just to wherever y'all see some fish, y'all go try and check it out?
See, if I had a secret spot, I mean, I couldn't tell you because it's a secret, but I can say I fish around a lot of local ponds. I might go to Owasso. I know they have a couple ponds out there. Went to the lake actually once. A couple more other places too.
All right, you mentioned bowling real quick. So what's it looking like there on the alleys, man? How you doing?
Hey man, strike master, man. Strike master. Strike master.
Do you remember what's the highest game you scored?
I can't remember the highest game, but the highest amount of strikes I've had in the game so far was like 8.
Okay. So what's your technique when you're rolling the ball down the lane?
Man, I can't even really tell you. It's just so much. It's just muscle memory, man. I don't know. I just got that touch.
All right, let's go ahead and switch over to music, man. So what you listening to here lately?
Lately, I've been listening to a lot of good music. Nipsey Hussle, Lil Baby, Rick Ross. I don't know why, but Rick Ross, SSG Splurge. This is quite a few.
So what kind of music do you listen to primarily when you're working out and you're getting ready and training and everything?
Primarily when I'm working out, hype music. I mean, that's more like before a game, but like when I'm working out, it'll be like a mix between like some type of like R&B rap or like R&B rap, or like sometimes I'll throw in like R&B, or like old school 90s music. That'll get me right too.
Although Micah's main interest is in football right now, he told us he has a little bit of interest in sports broadcasting as well. So for a little bit of fun, Micah and I will break down the NBA Finals.
Okay. But when he is, because they're going back to Boston, so go on.
When Ford High School Weekly continues.
Marcus Smart, when he's making...
Ford High School Weekly is brought to you by Billy Sims Barbecue. It's not just barbecue, it's Boomer Q.
Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. We're talking with Micah Tease from Booker T. Washington High School. All right, man. I know you're a football player by trade, but I know you into the basketball. So NBA Finals is going on right now. Celtics or Warriors, who you got?
Celtics. Easy.
What you mean
Celtics.
Easy, man? It's not easy.
It is easy. That's very easy to say.
What makes you pick the Celtics?
Man, it's just like, I mean, yeah, Curry, he can shoot, but like I've always been like opposed to Curry, like anti-Curry. Now, don't get me wrong, like he was a great basketball player and he's definitely gonna go down in history, but like no, I've always been anti. I'm a LeBron fan, like LeBron. You know what I mean?
You can like LeBron and Curry at the same time.
Nah,
It's you gotta choose pick one or the other.
Yeah, it's like night and day. It's like night and day.
All right, what about LeBron's game? Do you love that Curry doesn't do?
He's just a bully.
All right, so if you look at Steph Curry's game, what do you not like about it?
I won't say what I don't like, but I do like how he uses like his speed to an advantage, like how he just runs around like a little kid and then he just catch the ball and just shoots it. Like I think that's the part I don't like. That just frustrates me. Like it really does.
The fact that he runs around a bunch and then
bro,
he's a player that can move without the basketball in his hand.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I understand. You know, you move with the man, but no, I'm not about to chase you around this whole court. No.
Yeah,
like look at how many screens he has set for him. Like no.
I mean, you got to use what you got, right? You got to use, and he's still able to get inside the paint and do those little floaters and be creative. I mean, he started a whole
very crafty, very crafty. But if I had to argue, I say Kyrie is better than Curry. Overall,
Kyrie's better than Curry.
Yes.
I'll give you ball handling. But our overall player.
Come on. Kyrie didn't have Curry in his grip since 2016 when he shot that 3 to game him in the finals. Come on.
Bro, Steph Curry's more efficient though.
I'm taking Kyrie. Kyrie's he's that dude.
One-on-one basketball game, Kyrie versus Steph. You got Kyrie.
Yes. Easy.
So no screens, huh?
None. Kyrie is gonna play lockdown D.
So all right, let's bring it back to the Celtics then. What makes the Celtics be able to beat Steph Curry and the Warriors?
Jason Tatum when he's on his game.
Which he hasn't been.
Okay. But when he is, because they're going back to Boston, so come on.
Okay.
Marcus Smart when he's making great decisions. Jaylen Brown when he's in his bag. Al Horford when he's playing his role. Come on, man. Like if they all just play their role, especially how he played first game, they all just play their roles. We got this.
But as you can see, though, if they play, all right, if Wiggins is in there in the post playing good defense and getting those mid-range jumpers to getting inside, got Klay Thompson, got Green playing defense on Al Horford, taking away his buckets. Then you got Curry and Jordan Poole. They got Gary Payton II back now, so defensive stoppers in there. I mean, that's a lot to ask for the Celtics to stop, man. It's a lot to ask.
Hey, they got it. Trust me.
Up next, Micah talks with us about how running track has helped him as a football player. When Ford High School Weekly continues.
Didn't step out of bounds, and it doesn't look like he did.
Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. I'm your host, Unofficial Visit. On this episode, we're talking with Micah Tease. Micah, thank you for joining us. And again, it's football season all the time here in the state of Oklahoma. Football season in the summertime means training and getting ready for the fall. So how's all those things going for you?
It's going pretty good. I was dealing with a hamstring injury. I strained my hamstring back in track season, but I'm back, fully healthy. we got all the freshmen in, so first day good. So it's going pretty good.
So as far as your summer preparation and training and all that goes with it, what's the most tasking part for you?
I can definitely say getting up at 6 a.m. and going every day. But I know I don't know, it's just hard to get up. I don't know. It's just hard to get up. But I get up without no problem. But I can definitely say just bringing everybody together. That's probably the hardest thing.
So if you look at the big picture of everything and you look at your teammates and your team as a whole, what do you think is the main thing that you guys need to improve on during the summer before the season even starts?
I can say consistency. Consistency is the main thing that we have to stay on. Is consistency. No lazy days. Let me take a break. Nah.
Let's go ahead and point that telescope and look directly at yourself. If you can think about anything that you really need to improve on and prepare for the season, what would it be?
I can definitely say voicing my opinion. At times, like we have disagreements on the field. Well, let me correct myself. Voicing my opinion in the correct manner. At times, we get upset at the field. We have disagreements in game. I can definitely say just actually communicating that in a better tone so it all gets across and everybody still like this.
So being a more vocal leader is something that you're trying to improve on. As far as skill wise, as a player on the field, what do you think that you need to improve on?
Definitely have to get ready for more press technique, playing the corner position, and that receiver taking on more of a slot and outside position.
So how do you go about doing so?
Really just practicing, man. Practicing, practice makes perfect. Definitely getting out there with my trainer more. Just practicing like with DB, and then as well as getting out there with my quarterback. Just definitely just working with Lathan more. Just making that muscle memory so it's easy.
I hear you. I hear you. So let me ask you real quick. You mentioned track season a couple of times. How was track season for you, and why is that a sport that you like to participate in?
Track is very thrilling to me. My favorite race is the 4x1 relay. It's just very thrilling. But my freshman year, I didn't get to run track because of COVID. But my sophomore year, track, it was just very good. It was, even though it was my first year, we made it to state. Qualified as a sophomore in the 100. It left a good impression. So I came back this year. We were doing good. A couple guys, battling injuries. And we didn't end up making it to state because we ended up qualifying for state, but our fourth leg, he couldn't run because he was injured. And so we ended up going. But if I had to do it all over again, I actually would change a couple things. I changed a couple things. I was going to say I wouldn't change that, but it's not the way we wanted to end. But hey man, on to the next.
Right. So how does track help you as far as the football?
Definitely my coming out the blocks, acceleration. Definitely acceleration. Keeping my knees up. I can definitely say keeping my knees up. Track has helped me like with my breakaway speed more. It's 40 times, coming out the blocks, mimicking that. But I can definitely say the biggest thing is my breakaway speed.
Well, hopefully we'll see some more of that breakaway speed during the fall. But when we come back, we'll talk with Micah Tease about recruiting and everything going on in his life here in the summer of 2022.
Ford High School Weekly is brought to you by Billy Sims Barbecue. It's not just barbecue, it's Boomer Q.
Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. We're talking with the Booker T. Washington Hornets, Micah Tease. Micah, now the recruiting process is very daunting, but it seems like you're handling it pretty well. It seems like you've had an exciting summer thus far. So again, run us through some of the schools that are interested in you, and then we'll talk about, some of the visits that you've taken here recently.
Alabama, Notre Dame, LSU, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Arkansas, Mizzou, USC, Florida, Washington, Colorado. It's a lot. I was about to say it's a lot. Cal Berkeley, yeah, it's a lot.
So how do you kind of whittle some of that down and figure out like some of the top schools that you want and to have a main interest in you?
Really just brainstorming different ideas. Asking coaches questions, just to get a response, just comparing the responses. Okay, I like the way, his response, I like the way he thought about his answer. I could say that's definitely one. Playbooks and schemes, seeing what scheme best fits me or what I think, best fit me in my route. Um, Coaches, seeing if I have a genuine bond with the coaches, if it's actually genuine or is it, a transactional relationship. Education for sure. Making sure that the degree is something I could be able to, walk away from football and be able to live off of, be able to support myself off of as well. Just a few things like that.
So was there any school, any like couple of schools right now that have kind of checked all those boxes for you and it's kind of, getting down to the end of the process?
Yes, the top 10 schools. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My top 10 schools definitely, I can say they've all checked the box. And so now I have to create a new criteria so I can, check boxes off of that.
So you kind of have one of those rare situations where you can decide if you want to play on the offense or the defensive side of the
Mhm.
football. So have you kind of been leaning towards which side you want to play on, or does it really not matter to you at this point?
I say it doesn't matter to me only just because I'm a player who's like you put me wherever, I just want to get on the field. But I can definitely say I'm leaning kind of a little more to receiver. Receiver is more I wouldn't say easier, but it's more key to my hip. I've been playing receiver since as long as I can remember, I think my sixth grade. I've been playing receiver since, and I just started playing corners, I think when I was a freshman. So it's kind of but I'm still developing more in corner, and getting more into it. So this year, really tell. But my college decision, wherever I go, I just play wherever the university offer me at.
I like it. I like it. So I saw recently on your Instagram that you've taken a couple of visits, man. So go ahead, tell the people where you been this summer.
So far, I just hit Texas A&M. I did an unofficial. A lot of people think it was an official, but I did an unofficial. That was my first time going to College Station. But this week I'll be going to Notre Dame. Next week, the week after that, I'll be at USC, and then the week after USC, I'll be at Michigan State.
So will all of those be unofficial visits?
No, no, no. Those three will be officials. Yes, sir. Those three will be officials.
So what was it like as far as like give the people a little insight on what it's like to be a top-notch recruit and getting welcomed into the program and seeing some of the things. What's it like as far as that day going out there?
Typically, okay, so typically, if you do an official, you have the option to pick what time you want them to pick you up, or if you want to drive to the airport. So they take you to the airport, or you can drive, and because it's all paid for by the school, everything is paid for. Or you can drive, and they will reimburse you for, like, I guess, like something like every mile that you drive, something like that. But you get to the airport, and then you fly out. For me, flying out of Tulsa is not a lot of straight flights, so I might have to fly somewhere. But majority of the official visits, you'll fly straight there. You get there, they pick you up, they take you back to the hotel. Typically, when you walk in your hotel room, they have snacks for you all your family, snacks that you send them, you let them know. And then after that, you get into the visit part. I think it'll start with like a campus tour, and then you go to the facility. You might do a photo shoot, and then meet with a couple of coaches, and then um, you'll have a player host, and then that'll be the first day. And then the second day, typically it'll be like activities, more activities, and then you might meet with the head coach that day, and then you'll have dinner somewhere. It'll be either at the head coach's house or some fancy place, and then they'll have more activities, and then you'll hang with a player again, and then the next morning, they fly you out.
So I know that's the kind of how it goes for the official visit. I guess I'm a little
Mhm.
surprised that none of that's really changed. They still got the same regimen when I was getting recruited.
Yeah.
So what's the difference though between from that and the unofficial visit? Because I didn't really go on any of those. So what's it like for the unofficial visit?
Unofficial visits is just visits that aren't paid for by the school. So like everything that you do, it's pretty much on your own funds. The only thing is with unofficials, they tour you around the campus. You'll do a photo shoot. Um, that you'll meet with some coaches. You'll pretty much do that, but they can't take you like within anywhere, like they can't take you further than a mile to like get food though. That is true. They can't take you anywhere further than a mile to get some food, unless like at USC they had like a food place downtown. So like I was able to go there because it was the USC, sponsored like food place downtown. But like unofficial is just money that you pay for the visit basically. You pay for the way you get down there and everything else.
So on those unofficial visits, do you get to meet with some of the staff and mainly speaking of staff, like the head coach and whatnot?
Yes, you get to meet with the whole staff.
So how was Jimbo? He was still him and your boy Nick Saban. They good?
Hey man, we didn't really get talk about that. It was more focused on like what I enjoyed about the visit. But Coach Fisher, he's a good dude. He's a good dude, man. He's all about the kids. He's all about the kids.
That's what I hear, man. He's a big players coach, ain't he? All right, well, Micah, thank you so much for joining us today, man. And before we get you out of here, I want you to tell me, because I know we're going to talk during the season, so I got to keep track and I got to keep my notes down. So what's your 2 goals for the football season? One individual and one team.
State championship and Gatorade Player of the Year.
As you heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first. Gatorade Player of the Year, state championship. Booker T. Washington's Micah Tease here on Ford High School Weekly. Thanks for joining us, Micah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Go to yourview.com/OK for highlights and check out our podcast and past episodes at yourview.com/OK. Only the best in Oklahoma, like Booker T. Washington's Micah Tease, make it to Ford High School Weekly. So thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm Deanna Amade.
Ford High School Weekly has been brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Oklahoma. And by Rib Crib, smoking good stuff since '92.